Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into a topic that can really shake things up at work.
I'm ready. This one's all about strategy.
Totally. We're talking about building your network, your workplace allies, but not just in that, surface level way. We're going deeper this time.
Because it's about more than just being friends with everyone, right?
100%. We're going strategic today. We found this awesome video from Office Sage, and they really break down the different types of allies you need in your corner at work. They actually have three categories.
Three? Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Friends, partners, and then this interesting one, connections. So it's like building your A-team, to really up-level your work life.
Okay, I like where this is going. So starting with the basics, they break it down into these three types.
Right. But here's where it gets really interesting. The video doesn't just tell you to be everyone's best friend. They actually emphasize competence as the foundation.
Oh, I like that. Because it's true. People need to respect your work, right?
Exactly. It's about knowing your stuff, delivering consistently. That's what makes people trust your judgment, want to collaborate with you, even champion you for bigger things.
Absolutely. It's about building that credibility no matter what your personality type is.
Yeah, you don't have to be the office social butterfly to build a strong network if you've got the skills to back it up. And they had this great point about going above and beyond in your work, which then naturally strengthens those friend allies.
Makes sense. The people you're working with every day, they see you consistently delivering, they become your biggest supporters.
Totally. But I'm curious, beyond just, doing good work, what are some other ways to subtly showcase that competence? Like, how do we make sure we're standing out for the right reasons?
Well, one thing that always comes to mind is being proactive. You see a gap, you fill it. Don't wait to be asked. Just jump in and contribute.
I like that.
Show that initiative, that genuine desire to make a difference. It speaks volumes.
So we've got those friend allies covered.
Yeah.
But what about the people we're working directly with, those partners? This is where collaboration gets real. And Office Sage uses this perfect example of, medical professionals.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Doctors, nurses, specialists, they all rely on each other, right? Different skills, same goal, taking care of the patient.
Right, they have to be partners.
Exactly. And it made me think about, even in creative fields, I was working on this website redesign a while back, and the designers, developers, marketers, we were all totally interdependent.
You can't launch a website without all those pieces.
Exactly. And the video makes this point, which I love, about not competing with your partners, but actually viewing them as collaborators. Like you're on the same team. You're competing against external forces, maybe other companies, but not against each other.
I was just going to say that. Compete against external forces, not colleagues. That's a good one to remember.
Right. It's like that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yes. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. And that shift in mindset, it can totally change the game. Because then you're all in it together.
Totally. And that's when you get that amazing synergy and everyone benefits. Speaking of benefiting, they talked a lot about the importance of clear communication with your partners.
Oh, crucial, especially if you're not always, in the same physical space.
Sure. Everyone needs to be on the same page. But let's be honest, that's not always easy.
It's not, because everyone's got their own communication style, right? What works for one person might not work for another.
And then there are deadlines and pressure and different personalities. Any tips for navigating those choppy waters?
Definitely. Having a shared system can be super helpful, like a project management tool where everyone can see the deadlines, the progress, who's responsible for what. It just keeps things transparent and organized. Oh, that's a great idea. Like a single source of truth, so to speak. Okay, so we've covered friends who have your back, partners who we're collaborating with directly. Now on to those connections, which can be real game changers. And this category is interesting because it's less about deep friendships and more about having that network of specialists you can turn to when you need them.
Exactly. It's like having that go-to person for a specific situation.
Right. Like remember when you were trying to, format that spreadsheet and it was just not working, and then your coworker from accounting walks by and it's like, oh, here, I got this.
The relief. They're like magicians.
Totally. And Office Sage uses the perfect analogy in the video. They talk about an IT specialist. You might not talk to them every day, but when your computer crashes,
they're your best friend. Lifesavers. So we're talking about those people with specific expertise, different perspectives, who can really help you problem solve when you hit a wall.
And it's on us to build those relationships proactively. I mean, we've all got our strengths, right? So it's about recognizing that and connecting with people who have strengths in other
And you
areas.
never know when those connections might come in handy. But this is where Office Sage injects a little word of caution. They
Mm.
say, you know, don't just reach out when you need something.
Oh, absolutely. No one likes to be the person who's only ever asking for favors, right?
Right.
It's about building genuine connections.
Right, because relationships are a two-way street.
Exactly. So how do we do that? It goes back to that idea of being proactive. Offer help when you can, even if it's something small, like pointing them to a useful resource or making an introduction.
Oh, that's such a good point.
It's about reciprocity and just, staying on each other's radar, a quick email every now and then, checking in, seeing how things are going. Those little things make a big difference.
They really do. It's about building that foundation of goodwill so you're not starting from scratch every time you need something.
Exactly. Nurture those connections, and they'll be there for you when you need them.
So to recap, we've got our friends for support, our partners for collaboration, and our connections for those strategic wins.
And remember, at the foundation of all of this is competence. You've got to bring something to the table.
Show up, do the work, and do it well. But here's the thing, and I think this is really important. It's not about being fake or manipulative. It's about approaching these relationships authentically and generously.
100%. Because when you genuinely care about the people you work with and you're invested in their success, it shows. And that's what builds those lasting connections.
Totally. It's about building a network that lifts everyone up, right? We're all in this together. And honestly, that just makes work more enjoyable for everyone.
Absolutely. When you have a supportive network, it makes those tough days easier and the good days even better.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on workplace allies, I want to leave you with a little challenge. What's one small step you can take this week to either strengthen an existing relationship or maybe spark a new connection? Maybe it's grabbing coffee with a colleague, offering to help with a project, or just sending that thank you note you've been meaning to write.
Those small gestures can have a huge impact. You never know where they might lead.
It's exactly. Building your dream team at work is an ongoing process. But with a little intention and a lot of heart, you can create a network that not only elevates your work life, but also makes you excited to show up every day. Until next time, keep those connections strong.